Well, it is the next of the CSI two-star competitions. This one is one with a jump off, and it is a 1 meter 30. The first round time allowed is at 76 seconds. Fences at 1 through to 12. Well, Chris McGahey, the man from Ireland, with Forens set to get us underway. Round on number 132, Chris McGahey, Ireland. Well, Chris McGahey there has all the fences in the cups, but two time faults, 83.23. 2 for time, second combination now. It is the British rider Robert Murphy and Iscudo, second to go.
There will be a break after the 25th one to go.
Well, Robert, that's the wrong fence, so it is elimination for Robert Murphy jumping fence 6 instead of fence 2. Next to Dan Nielsen and Major de la Cour, third combination for Dan Nielsen of Great Britain.
Helen in the ring. Please on. For the gate, Laura 1, Max 2, Claire 3, David 4, James 5, Alona 6, Tim 7, Bobby Strong 8. Fraser to the gate lead. Laura 1, Max 2, Claire 3, David 4.
Fences stay up, but a lot of time faults with that last one down. 97.13 is 4 jumping, 6 time penalties for Dan Nielsen, Major de la Cour. Next now, it's Helen Ravenscroft, competed in the amateur series at the Bullsworth International. This is Aurore de Bieth, Helen Ravenscroft, Great Britain. .09 is 2 time faults there for Helen Ravenscroft and Aurore de Bieth. So far, 4 have jumped. Total in this competition, there are 50 entered. So, Fraser, just bear with us one moment. Fraser, there's a new time allowed of 81 seconds. The new time allowed is 81 seconds. That is for the next combination, Fraser Reid and Amadora JX.
You hear that? 81 seconds time. 81 seconds, the new time allowed. 81 seconds.
It is time fault 82.34, 1 time fault for Fraser Reid and Amadora JX. So it is set to Laura Rennick now. Laura and the great Bintang, the second, 6th to jump. Laura Rennick, Great Britain.
Back in the ring, clear to the gate. David 1, James 2, Lona 3, James 4, Poppy 5,
Yes, it is a clear for Laura Rennick, 78.60 for Bing Tang the second, and Laura clear round number 1. To Matt Sampson now on board Bellfleur. He was placed second in one of the opening CSI 4-star classes at Bullsworth 2 weeks ago. For Bellfleur, Matt Sampson.
In the race, David to the gate, James 1, Lola 2, Tim 3, Happy 4, 5, Joseph, Mark 7, left turn at 8.
Yes, and gets away with it, so no trouble for Matt Sampson. Bellfleur qualifies for the jump off in 78.61 as the second clear. The time 78.60, 78.61, and the time allowed will remain as 81 seconds. Now the owner-rider combination of Claire Shepherd. Claire with the 9-year-old El Diablo Grande, Claire Shepherd, Great Britain.
David in the ring, James to the gate, Lola 1, Tim 2, Poppy 3, Lindsay 4, Joe 5, Mark 7, Bruno 8.
Really good round there from Claire Shepherd in 77.88. El Diablo Grande, no trouble and safely through to the jump off. Second of the Irish representatives in this competition with the 9-year-old new horse set for him this year by luck said, it is David Simpson, Dr. Proctor, Ireland.
In the ring, Alana to the gate, Tim 1, Poppy 2, Lindsay 3, Joe 4, Mark 5, Beth 6, Bruno 7, Alan 8.
8 volts, 77, 8-4 for David Simpson and Dr. Proctor. We keep with the three clears. And a combination who was placed in the Young Masters Championship final at the Royal Highland was competing in Reims in France in the three-star Grand Prix, placed there as well. Ballyboo, James Smith, Great Britain.
Joe 3, Mark 4. Best 5, Bruno 6. Alan 7. Judy Wells 8. There will be a break after the 25th to go.
Well, it is 4 jobbing faults. It is a time fault as well, 85.43. 2 for time, a total of 6 for Alona Soloviova and Dikasi OH. Well, the next rider, it is Tim Stockdale, back to Great Britain now. It is the 10-year-old for Tim Don Diego de Plata, Tim Stockdale. One for time, 82.03, Tim Stockdale and Don Diego de Plata. So 3 clears, Claire, Laura, Matt Sampson, all safely through, but still 37 yet to come in the first round. A combination placed well at the Cherwell Competition Centre earlier last month in the Grand Prix there with the 10-year-old Tully Reevy. It's me, Poppy Strong, Great Britain.
Mark 1, Beth 2, Bruno 3, Alan 4, Julie 5, Sam 6, Richard 7, and Lee Williams 8.
And the final fence now makes it 12 jumping faults, 85-32 against the time allowed of 81, makes it 2 for time in all. It's 14 for Poppy Strong and Tully Reevy. It's me. With the three clears, we stay with the British representative riders. It is Alosia, the 8-year-old mare for Lindsay Tuff, drawn order number 14.
You're in the ring, march to the gate. Bet 1, Bruno 2. Alan 3, Rudy 4, Van 5, Richard 6, Lee 7, Annalise 8, Chloe.
Yeah, again, the very first fence, Lindsay Tuff, 78.88, no trouble with the time, but Alosia has 4 faults from rail number 1 down. Joe Trickett's next with one of the couple of talented horses he's got here after a stint of working in Switzerland for a while. This one is Chitty, Joe Trickett, Great Britain. Yes, it's through for Joe Trickett and Chile, 75.16. Certainly no trouble with the time there for Joe. All's good, and he gives us the 4th clear. Well done, Joe. See you in the jump off. Up to Scotland now. This young man's a wonderful producer of some young horses. Rode a brilliant round in the Fox Hunter final up at the Royal Highland last weekend. The 9-year-old Ashton Dakota, Mark Turnbull.
Right, bet in the ring, Bruno 1, Alan 2, Julie 3, Van 4, Richard 5, Lee 6, Annalise 7, Chloe 8. Then the break, after the break, Jamie first, Madeline second, Paul third, Nick 4, Pontus 5, Robert 6, Rob Berry 6, Jeff Billington 7, and Shane Green 8. They are all after the break.
Lovely round there from Mark Turnbull in 78.54. Ashton, Dakota, Mark's produced some nice ones over the years, and they are the fifth to go through to our jump off here at the Charles Stanley British Masters. Don't forget to get your tickets in to enter the prize draw for a Fortnum and Mason hamper. For this, the winner will be chosen at random tomorrow. So next, it's Beth Vernon underway with Phoenix.
Riders, the next class will commence at 3:30. Next class, 3:30. Thank you.
It is 12 faults there in 80.39 for Beth Vernon and Phoenix. So it is 5 clears: Joe Trickett, Claire Shepherd, Mark Turnbull, Laura Rennick, Matt Sampson, all clear, with still 32 yet to come forward here. It is the rider from Brazil now, representing Brazil, for Brazil, Bruno Vidal Campos Freire and Darko van het Neerveld next up. Bruno was competing at Norton Heath recently, won the National C Championship competition there with his 8-year-old horse.
Alan in the ring. Louis in the ring. Lance at the gate. Richard 1, Lee 2. Annalise 3, Chloe 4. Then a break to the floor. After the break, Jamie first, Madeleine second, Paul third, 4.
Uma parachas de tiempo, one time fault in 82.02. A time penalty there for Bruno Vidal Campos Freire and Darko van het Neerveld. So it's still 5 clears. Angelique von Essen, a new horse for her this year, German bred, 8-year-old gelding, Radioactive the second, Angelique von Essen, Sweden. Yes, down to leave on Essen, it produces a clear round in 77.33. Radioactive the second, the 8-year-old horse means it's half a dozen clear now. To the USA, Julie Wells representing them here at the Charles Stanley British Masters on board Constancy 57.
Right, and when Chloe goes up to the gate, we will ask you to leave the warm-up wagon on the floor. Remember the studio out.
Yes, it is 8 jobbing folks, time fault 82.62. Next is Lance Whitehouse. This is a 7-year-old stallion by Argento, the grandsire Quincy Zeb, if you know that one, called Bazento, ridden by Lance Whitehouse. Well, it is a fence down and a time fault for Lance, 83.66. Remember that time allowed of 81 seconds means it's 5 in all. Next up is the Irishman, Richard Howley, based in Wetherby with his partner Morgan Kent. So together they form HK Horses, and it is their Verlindo by numero uno out of the Burggraf mare. For Richard Howley of Ireland.
In the ring, Annalise to the gate, Chloe 1, then the break. After the break, Jamie first, Annalise second, Paul third, Dick fourth, Sponsors 5, Robert 6, Jeff 7, and Shane 8. To the break.
Time's okay, but fence 7 is down, 79.54 for Valindo and Richard Halley. It is a score of 4. 23 have jumped in the 1m30 here at the Charles Stanley British Masters. And on to a new combination in jumping now. It's a British bred horse, 7-year-old Rumbled Starlight, Lee Williams, Great Britain.
We will be doing the floor.
One for time, 81.26. Lee Williams precluded from jumping off owing to the time penalty. Rumbled Starlight finishes on 1. Next is Annalise Aiken is on board Zorland, the 13-year-old horse by Colland, the grandsire Glen Ridge, for the 24th combination to jump.
Right, everybody. Everybody out the race, please. Quickly you're out, the clicker is down. And then after the break, Jamie first, Madeline second, Paul third, Nick 4, Pontus 5, Robert 6, Jeff 7 and James 8. But there will be 2 in the ring and 1 at the gate when we start.
It is full jumping and it is within inside the time. 80.41. Annalise Aiken and Zorland finishes their round in the 1m30 on a score of 4. Last to go before a momentary break to maintain the collected ring. It is on board Delanta, Chloe Winchester for Great Britain. Just the last part of the combination down for Chloe Winchester, 76.95. It is 4 faults there. 6 clears halfway through the competition, so we've got 24 left to go. We'll be back with you very soon with the final 24. So the scores on the door, set 24 left to go with 6 clears. Joe Trickett, Angelique Von Essen, Claire Shepard, Mark Turnbull, Laura Rennick and Matt Sampson all qualified to jump off here this afternoon at the Charles Stanley British Masters. To get us back underway, we go to Jamie Wingrove and Ashdale Luxon. Yes, Jamie Wingrove and Ashdale Luxon indicates retirement by jumping one of the fences there. So on we go when the course is ready to an Irish representative now on board High Dude. It's Madeleine Allen, the 27th to jump. That is okay. It is a clear 73.98 is an Irish representative through to the jump off, Madeleine Allen and High Dude. All good there. It means it's 7 now. This combination next to jump who had a good Arena UK. And it is Sandals Legacy, Paul Barker, Great Britain. Yes, that's a clear for Paul Barker, Sandals Legacy. That'll be a good one in the jump off. Makes it 8 clears, 78 seconds over all the fences there for Sandals Legacy. Up next, it's Nick Benjamin and Adonis. This one is by Argentinus. It's a 9-year-old stallion ridden by Nick Benjamin. And the final element is down for Nick Benjamin. It's 8 jumping penalties, 1 for exceeding the time allowed, 81.69 for Adoris, and Nick Benjamin rounds out the score of 9. 8 clears and another 20 to go here in round number 1 of the Charles Stanley 1 metre 30 competition. To Sweden now, based with Team Davenport, Pontus Berntsen and Pardon. Fence number 8 down and 79.51 there for the Swedish router Pontus Berntsen and Pardon, which means we stay on 8 clears. This combination now, they've qualified for the Grade C at the Horse of the Year show later this year. It's an 8-year-old mare by White Snake, the grandsire Ahorn. It is Etude, Robert Bevis, Great Britain. All the fences are up and the time's good for Robert Bevis, 78.84, joins the party with Etude and makes it 9 clear. Safety through to the jump off, and now this interesting combination, new one for him. It is Jeff Billington, Norbert, Great Britain. Well, Jeff tips his cap to the judges and elects to retire from the combination. It is 9 clears. It is set for Ireland next, to a man who's picked up a team of wonderful sport horses from Team Z7. This one of those. It is Kanya McCann, Shane Breen for Ireland. New horse for him in the last couple of weeks, 78, 79. Just that single rail down for Shane Breen from Ireland with Teams Out 7's Kanya McCann. 9 clears for the USA. Next it is Samantha Cohen and Billy Olive, the 10-year-old British bred mare for the USA. That's a clear for Team USA, for Samantha Cohen and Billy Olive. They will jump off. We've seen 10 go clear so far out of now 34 commensuratas. Combination jumping now at a good Warrington and Staffordshire County show. It is Dolores P, the 9-year-old horse, ridden by Corinne Collins. 2 fences down, a time fault, 82.95 is 9 for Corinne Collins and Dolores P. Up next is Jonathan Dixon, the man from Cumbria, with Gantico, 36th to jump. Fast time, but a fence down for Jonathan Dixon, 73.93 for Gantico. It is the fastest of the 4 so far. Next up, rider from France, based with the team at Hickstead, at Breen Equestrian, Port-au-France, Julien Fouliorac, and Kit Kat. Fence number 10 down for one of Team Z7's horses, Kit Kat. Julien Fouliorac also picks up 2 time. It is 6 in 85.16 in all. 12 left to go in the 1 metre 30 competition at the Charles Stanley sponsored British Masters International Horse Show. It is Ashtel Senek and X for Great Britain in the saddle, Charlotte Flack. Safely clears all the fences there for Sean Lafak, and Ashil Seneca qualifies for the jump off, brings it up to 11 clears. To Ireland now, Paul Kennedy with Alvatore by Salvatore. This 12-year-old jumped it at Bullsworth and the Air. That was with Ethan Dooley, but very much in the saddle now is Paul Kennedy for Ireland. Yes, the second of the Irish through to our jump off here today, 77.51, Paul Kennedy and Alvatore. It's an even dozen now, safely through to jump off, and it's back to the British Little Business. This combination, well, they've been doing a great job over the last 2 years. It is the 11-year-old horse, Little Business, and the young rider, Oliver Fletcher, Great Britain. Yes, they're clear for the young rider Oliver Fletcher. 76.56 is 13 clears and now 11 to jump off here in this the 1m30. Same with the British. It's Socialite now, ridden by Charlotte Geddes. Next up. It is 12 for jumping and 1 for time. 81.50 is 13 and 81.50. Next up is Jamie Gornall, young horse jumping here, 7-year-old stallion by Clinton, the grandsire accord for Jamie Gornall, Great Britain. Well, we get the horse caught. Jamie seems to be okay there. So it is elimination for the 42nd combination to jump in this 1 meter 30. Don't forget, if you haven't yet done so, there's still tickets available for this evening's barbecue night and party here at the second day of the British Masters Southview International Horse Show. That begins at approximately 7 p.m. British rider of Bobby Heath now. This is Floretta, 10-year-old British bred mare. They jumped at Bullsworth, took 8th place on the final day in one of the 2-star competitions there. Floretta, Bobby Heath. Bobby, all okay? Okay. They're on their feet, they're making their way out for Bobby Heath and Floretta eliminated there. 13 clear rounds so far. 2 of those riders elected not to jump off this afternoon at the British Masters Southview International Horse Show. And it is back to Ireland now. The second last representative for Team Ireland. On board Quanta Arena, it's Patrick Hickey. That's the third for Ireland to go through. Patrick Hickey, 75.47 for Quandarina. So now to the team at Wetherby with Cinderara DMS. This Team HK horse's horse, 8-year-old Spanish bred, was third in one of the 4-star classes at Bullsworth with Richard on board, but today it's Morgan Kent. Yes, it is pole jumping and a time fault there for Morgan Kent and the HK horses. Cinderara DMS 83.42. Coming down to the final 4 riders after this one now, we go to APG, Everlasting Love, Robert Maguire, Great Britain. Fence down for Rob Maguire, 80-11 for APG, Everlasting Love. To the 7-year-old Irish bred horse, I've Got the Key. They've qualified for the newcomers final at this year's Horse of the Year show. In the saddle, Rebecca Marsh. Yes, it is 2 fences down for Becky Marsh. I've got the key. 79 seconds is a score of 8 faults. Sam McCurry, Joe McClory, Peter Maloney, the last 3 in round number 1 of this 1m30 competition. To Cupido now, Sam McCurry, the lady in the saddle. Well, it is elimination for Samantha McCurry and Cupido. Not today in the 130. And to the penultimate combination, the lady from Liverpool, it is Vitro, Joanne McClory, second last to go. Well, the Scouser has 8 jumping faults and also 6 time faults. That's 14 in all for Vitro and Joanne McClory. Final combination with 3 representatives from Ireland. It is Peter Maloney and Elvis van Vrunt, the last to go in the first round for Ireland. Peter Maloney. Yes, it is 4-fold 79.56 for Peter Maloney. And we look at the jump off now with 12 to jump off. We had 14 clears, 2 of them electing not to go. And it jumps over fence number 8. That's a parallel, which is the Charles Britton parallel. Down to number 9, another parallel before they spin right-handed after this, up over fence number 11, the red and white Santee fence. Straight down to 12A, 12B, the vertical oxer. After this, it is right-handed down the arena to the middle of what was the combination 5B. Left-handed straight up the arena, the Liverpool, which is number 6, straight down to the vertical, going towards home, the New York, number 7. It is the jump off for the 1m30 Charles Stanley British Masters competition coming up. And so the jump off begins over fence number 8. Then number 9. They land after this and they go right-handed to number 11. Down to the double, which is 12A, 12B. They land after this, they go right-handed over to the middle part of what was the combination at 5B. After this, they go left-handed to fence number 6, which is the Liverpool, and it's right down then to number 7 towards the gates, number 7. 12 in the jump off to get us underway. It is the man who won the Speed Derby at Hickshead last weekend. The first to go with Bellfleur, 38, Matt Sampson, Great Britain. Well, Matt puts his hand up. The first to go in the jump off is retiring the effort there with Bellfleur 38. But still a way to go. It is next to Claire Shepherd. She's been having good form here at the Charles Stanley British Masters Horse Show. It is El Diablo Grande, Claire Shepherd, second to go. Yes, she clears it. A double clear from Claire Shepherd and a good effort there. 36.96 and a nice job from El Diablo Grande. First double clear, and that's what leads the way. She landed over the double there in 18 seconds. That's the target for the next man, based in Shrewsbury with Chile, his own horse, Joe Trickett, Great Britain. HLB faults in 50.29 is 3-time faults there for Joe Trickett. In all, that picks up a score of 11 in the Charles Stanley jump off for the 1m30 CSI 2-star competition. Still the accumulator, still the 2-star two-face class to go on day number 2 of this Society Horse Show, and we go up the road to Scotland. This is a lovely horse produced by Mark over the years with Ashton Dakota. Mark Turnbull next to go. 8 faults there for Mark Turnbull, 44.15. It is 2 reels down, 8 jumping faults for the 8-year-old horse, Ashton Dakota. First of the 4 Irish representatives in our jump off here this afternoon at Southview, with High Dude next to go, Madeline Allen for Ireland. Well, interestingly, she did start within the allotted time of 45 seconds, but then the refusal at fence 11 picked up 4 jumping faults. An additional 4 time faults is 51.29 for Madeline Allen from Ireland with High Dude. So the target from the only clear is 36.96. To be in touch with that, you must land over the double at number 12 in 18 seconds. This now, the man from Yorkshire, Paul Barker, Sandor's Legacy, Great Britain. Lands on 17. $36.96. Good time, 36.30 for Sandor's Legacy and Paul Barker, straight to the top of the order there, with Claire Shepherd slotting into second. Mark Turnbull now is in third, but 36.30 the time for Paul that leads the way. To be in touch, you now need to be landing over the double in 17 and a half seconds. On we go, Robert Bevis now, and Etude, Great Britain. Well, 35.71 is does the time. He stays on though. Robert Bevis has that final fence set down. So that's 4. It is set into third place. Still another 5 to go in our jump off here this afternoon, led by Paul Barker, Sandor's Legacy, and it is to the USA, the American riders Samantha Cohen and Billy Olive. Yes, it's a double clear for the American riders Samantha Cohen and Billy Olive. 40.35 is at third place, but Claire Shepherd's in second, and Paul Barker still out in front. Has he done enough? 36.30. As I say, to be in touch, you need to land over the double just over the 17-second mark. That's the target for Ashdale Seneca. Charlotte Flack next to go. Good try from Charlotte Flack and Ashdale Seneca. It is 38.11 on the clock. That's third place so far, with Claire Shepherd still second. Paul Barker still tops the order. Another of the Irish in this jump off now, based this side of the water though, with Dave Quigley and the team. Alva Torrey, Paul Kennedy, Ireland. Landed on 18. 36.30. Overall, the fences 36.39, very close. It is second place for Ireland's Paul Kennedy and Alva Torrey, 900ths of a second behind Paul Barker, who still leads 36.30. Neck on neck at the top of the table. Can the young man go one better than Paul Barker? Oliver Fletcher, Little Business. Lands on 19. .61. It's 4 faults for Oliver Fletcher and Little Business. That's 7th place at the moment. So Paul Barker 36.30, the man who leads this jump off, and now it is the next to go and the last to go. 36.30, the time to beat. Last to go, 36.30, the target for the Irishman, Quando Arena, Patrick Hickey. In touch. 36.30. Had to be, and it is a very good time, 35.75. It is 4 faults, second fastest of the faulters, so it's 7th place for the Irishman Patrick Hickey and Quandarina. But the winner is Sandoz Legacy, Paul Barker for Great Britain. Well, it is time for the awards at the Charles Stanley British Masters, and we welcome forward the winner today, riding Sandoz Legacy, Paul Barker. Well, it's a great win for Paul Barker here today and the team from Barker Stables. Sandoz Legacy coming out on top. Now I ask you please, if able, to be upstanding for the national anthem of the winning nation, Great Britain. Let's give him a round of applause. Well done, Paul Barker, Sandoz Legacy, winner of the 1m30 here this afternoon at the Charles Stanley British Masters. And it is the Director of Ceremonies, Rebecca Britton, presenting to the winner with Charles Britton, Show Director, to Sandoz Legacy.
Excuse me, can you leave that?
Runner-up in second place, 900ths of a second behind Paul. It is for Ireland, Paul Kennedy Alvatore. Third place for Great Britain, Claire Shepherd, El Diablo Grande. Fourth place, Ashdale Seneca, Charlotte Flack. Fifth place, Samantha Cohen, Billy Olive, USA. Lower awards to Robert Bevis and Etude in 6th, Patrick Hickey for Ireland 7th, and Oliver Fletcher, Little Business in 8th. Well, thank you to Rebecca Britton, Charles and the team in the arena for making the awards here. Don't forget, tonight we have the barbecue at 7 p.m, followed by the evening party, so do join us for that and do pick up your tickets from Charles, Linda and the team. Still 2 classes to go, which is the accumulator and the phase 2 star class. But it is indeed a thanks to the presentation team. Concluding the awards, it is the lap of honour for the winner of this. Well done, Paul Barker, Sandals Legacy. Well, there we go. Well done, Paul Barker, Sandals Legacy. We'll set the scene and the stage for the next competition. It is the accumulator.